So what are we doing today?
We're getting the car tuned on E85. It's already tuned for 93, but we're about to get it tuned for E85.
Say tuned again.
Tuned.
That makes sense.
19.5.
And the only thing that I'm kind of worried about is if the timing gets turned up more on this, is it going to shift harder?
Did the install go okay when you put it in? The pin in? Everything went good?
Yeah, everything
Perfect.
like it should.
All right.
Hopefully I got it in the right pin.
Oh, I'm sure you do. You got the key? Is it in here? We're gonna load it first, make sure it works,
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
and then we're gonna, because we need to make sure it works before we put alcohol in it.
Otherwise, it's going to have to be tuned on straight alcohol until I figure out what's wrong with it.
Exactly.
So you're checking the sensor right now that we put on?
Yeah, my computer is frozen. Once I put the tune in it, I will.
Huh.
Alright, now we're good. Let's see what we got. Went to write it while I go and my computer froze up. Let's try this again. Alright.
You got Wi-Fi here?
No, we don't need it. So you're thinking, oh my gosh, we need internet connection, correct? You don't. After the initial read
That's right,
and the initial write, yeah.
Once you're in it, you can stay in it.
Exactly. But the initial, you have to have the internet connection.
So we're riding a tune right
Like
now?
a FF Flex Fuel tune. Killer. Do key back on. And then we're going to open up Gen 5 channel setup, and we'll see what alcohol looks like. I'm assuming before we ever look, it's probably going to read 6, maybe 10%.
It was 93.
Right,
93.
right. Complete 93, probably 6 to 8% alcohol. Let's see what we got. This will tell me to tell. We're gonna scan. And I also set it up like a factory car. A lot of people don't do this, but I set it up where if you ever had a flex fuel issue, it's gonna throw a check engine light. So then we'll know how much, or if there's an issue.
So like what if the
So in
sensor
our
goes bad
case,
or something?
In our case, I can already tell you right here, 40%, 40%.
Yeah.
You didn't plug it in probably right. It probably didn't click in there all the way. It's not a big deal because see how it says 40%?
Yeah.
That's the default that I set it to, and what GM actually sets it to as well. So we go in here to flex fuel, and see this 90 hertz?
Yeah.
90 hertz makes 40%. So it's probably an easy fix. You got it all on. So let's just look at what you got real quick. Because it's honestly probably just not plugged in right. You probably put the right, did it have the directions for the right pin and all that? Because I honestly forget what pin it is. Look it up. I'm scanning again.
It was an empty spot for sure.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, that's
I had to pull the pin
the
out.
factory. Yeah, it's 40. So yeah, that's the default, which we don't really want that, because if you was to fire it up right now, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It'll be a check engine light typically will kick on. Oh man, you're actually good. Okay, interesting. Okay,
So because it wasn't running.
yes. First cycle. See right here? That's actually my fault. I probably
Okay, I
should've
thought I
known
did
that.
something wrong.
No, you did fine. Right here and here. So see how I said probably between 8
It's at 9.
to 10. You're at 9. So this one here, I've got it rounded. This one here, that was like 9.8. It'd probably say 10, but 9.4, 9%. So yeah, go ahead and shut the hood and.
That had me worried because we did an install video on that.
No, you did fine. Y'all did fine. You know what? Not all operating systems will do that. Some, as soon as you activate the alcohol sensor, it will work. It's just, it's interesting that it defaulted to the default until we actually started the engine. That's why I was like, you know what? We're going to start this thing just to see what it does. So cool. It's filled up. E85. You'll be good. So my speculation based off of this, our alcohol that we have here is about 65 to 69, 70%.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's what I call winter blend. It's winter blend pretty much all year. Which is kind of a good thing for the guys who just don't have sensors and they just put alcohol in their cars. They don't have to.
Like us with a 4-cylinder?
Yeah, yeah, it stays the same. So in our case, that doesn't really matter because we're gonna have a sensor. But based off how much alcohol or how much regular gasoline we have, I'm gonna say our alcohol is probably gonna jump up to about probably 55%, 52, 55%. We'll see.
Yeah, because it'll be mixed with that.
It's gonna be mixed with that. It might be a tad lower, but I bet we're gonna be between 50 and 55%. So we'll go ahead and kill it. What I'll do here shortly is I'm gonna let you guys drive back, and we'll fire it up. And it's not going to change just off the bat, but I want to leave my computer in here, and I want you to follow me back to my shop, and give it about 5 minutes, but you'll be able to watch this, and then alcohol content is going to it's going to move up, and like I said, it's going to go to about 50, 55, and then you're going to notice this AFR commanded is going to start dropping. Probably about the same time this starts going up, that's going to start dropping.
The alcohol content is going up now. It's actually hitting the sensor. It took about 5 minutes of driving with 1/8 of a tank of 93 in it.
Yeah, that was just what was in the fuel line, because if you think what was in the tank is already mixed together with the E85.
Well, with 1/8 of a tank of 93, about 4 gallons, because it held 15 just now, and it's a 19-gallon fuel tank.
Yep, it'll turn right around 54%.
And then you put E85 in it the rest of the way and fill it up, because we have a full tank right now. Then you're gonna get 54% E85, 54% alcohol. Once he fills it up with E85 again, it'll be more alcohol, so it'll be better anyways.
It'll be high 60s, around probably about 68, 70. So I have the tune set up where you don't get the full benefit of your E85. GM likes to do about 80%. I don't. I like to do about 65. So anything over about 65, it's going to get the full benefit. So
He's Gator.
you go up there, turn around, hit it on the way back, or what do you want to do?
Do it right here if you want.
Good if you're ready.
I'm ready when you are. Let's do it.
But it spun pretty bad.
Spun pretty good. I knew it was spinning because the transmission basically tries to pull out torque management. So we haven't tuned the trans, but here's the kicker. I skewed it, so therefore it doesn't pull out all of the torque management. So it only pulls out a certain percentage. So see how it says trans here in its line?
Yeah.
It was spinning that whole time, so about... You could have traction control as well. And then notice right here it goes...
Traction control was on.
It goes away, so that part could be part of it too. So see how it pulls it out, and then right here,
Turn traction control off.
It's going to say none, and then we get back to our full timing. And let's see something else. Maybe something else is right here.
Like, it hit first, and then when it hit second, I didn't actually hear it shift a second. I think it just instantly started spinning.
Could have.
Like the RPM just stayed up there.
It's right here is our flex fuel advance. So we're at 54% alcohol. It actually added 3.5 degrees. So normally we're low 20s, and now we're about 25.5. So once we get the alcohol up above 65, that'll be about 4, 4.5. So we'll get another degree of time or so with total alcohol content.
It seemed like it stayed on at 4,000 RPM for a lot longer than it should have.
I think probably just blowing them off. Let's do another little hit, see what it does. You got traction control off now?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you guys get in the middle of the road, no matter. Heck yeah. So if you see what it goes to, AFR command, it goes to 10.2. So normally someone would look at that and be like, oh my gosh, it's way, way too rich. Well, here's the thing you look at is commanded on Lambda. So we can scroll back, that's going to say 1.0, and that's going to say about mid-11s. And then right when we hit it, of course, 89 Lambda. tend to.
So it
Pretty
riches
good.
up.
Yeah, yes, of course. So the main thing, key point here is, of course, fuel enrichment's up like it's supposed to. So what's kind of cool is we have desired rail pressure, which is at 2100 psi, and then our actual fuel rail pressure. So they're pretty much right on top of each other.
Yeah.
That's where it needs to be. So we're not going to run out of fuel in this setup with the way this is. You know, you can. What's cool about it is if you want to do your cylinder heads, you can do kind of what I did. Get them milled, bump the compression up quite a bit, take advantage of the E85 that you're going to have in it, and then later on, if you do boost, well, you can either fix it with the piston change or keep the good compression. I'm at 12.2 on my direct injection engine, and yeah, everything's looking good.
So the fuel system on this should be good for like how much?
Fuel system you have now on
Like whenever I put it, it's gonna get headers and intake, and then
on the E85 you'll be fine.
maybe a manifold,
You'll
and then once I get to that point, it'll get a cam. When it
yeah,
gets
so
a
you need a
it'll
cam to
get
do the
low.
cam lobes, and then
Yeah.
you'll be fine again. So yeah. So as far as fuel, now once you start throwing boost at it, and you got an E85, that's going to be a different story. But
Oh yeah, I figured out.
but I'll be honest with you, this thing with bolts onto the cam on the E85,
This is gonna be fast.
they make probably close to 550 to the wheels, depending on if you do heads or not. So I mean 550 rear wheel. So yeah, I mean you got to think you can make probably around 550 to the tire on E85, a decent sized cam, which I know you're going to go with one. That'll be
You know me.
that'll be fun to tune. No, it won't be that bad. But
If I put any
Pretty much
cam in this,
cam
it'll be the biggest cam I can put in this.
yeah.
Go big or go home.
So it's tuned on E85 now, E85, and it's it feels a lot quicker. Y'all can tell from the video, it spun a lot more than it normally does, and the fuel mileage is plummeted already.
It's at 12.5 now on what was like 16 or 17.
There was a couple pulls in that 12.5, but still.
There was a couple pulls in that 16, 17.
I've never
too.
seen it that low in the last 25 miles.
It's actually not possible to get this car that low if you're not just sitting there stalling it up everywhere and flooring it everywhere all the time, which you can't do because you'll get in trouble.
The last 50 is at 14.5 now.
Yeah, that's crazy how low that is.
It's got 80% E85 and about 20% 93 in it right now. The actual alcohol content ended up being 54.1%.
We just drove 5 miles and did like maybe 1 3-second pull, and the gas hand has 100% noticeably dropped. Alright, well, next video should be what miles per gallon this gets on E85.